They say mirrors reflect more than just your image. They hold secrets, memories, and sometimes they trap things best left forgotten. Would you dare look into a mirror that doesn't just show your reflection, but your darkest fears? Tonight, we'll tell the story of Ethan, a man who dared to uncover the truth of an antique mirror and paid the price. Watch closely, but be warned, some reflections should never be seen. Ethan has always had a passion for history, especially rare and unique items. After inheriting his father's antique shop, he began collecting pieces from all over the country. Despite his deep appreciation for antiques, Ethan harbors a skeptical nature. He doesn't believe in the supernatural. To him, every haunted object has a logical explanation. This skepticism will soon be tested when he acquires an antique mirror unlike any he's ever encountered. Ethan receives a call from a man selling an antique mirror. The man claims the mirror belonged to his great-grandmother, who insisted it was cursed. Ethan, dismissing the story, buys it for a low price. The mirror arrives at Ethan's shop the next day, a tall, ornate piece with a golden frame intricately carved with faces, vines, and symbols he can't quite decipher. Cursed? More like dusty. Let's clean you up and see what you're really worth. As Ethan polishes the surface, he notices something strange. For a brief moment, his reflection doesn't match his movements. He freezes, chalking it up to fatigue, and continues working. That night, Ethan brings the mirror home, intending to restore it. As he sits in his living room, the mirror suddenly reflects something that isn't there, a shadowy figure standing behind him. He spins around, but the room is empty. Okay, Ethan, you're just tired. Get some sleep. But when he looks back at the mirror, his reflection is smiling. And he's not. Over the next few days, Ethan notices more strange occurrences. The mirror seems to emit faint whispers at night. When he peers into it, he sees flashes of disturbing scenes. His shop in flames, people screaming, and his own face twisted in terror. Determined to prove it's just his imagination, Ethan sets up a camera to record the mirror overnight. The next morning, he reviews the footage and sees something chilling. At 3 a.m., his reflection steps out of the frame and never returns. Desperate for answers, Ethan researches the mirror's history. He discovers it was crafted in the late 1800s by a mysterious artist who went mad and disappeared shortly after completing it. Rumors claim the mirror captures the soul of anyone who gazes into it for too long. Ethan decides to confront the mirror. He stands before it, staring into its depths. Who are you? What do you want from me? The mirror distorts, and Ethan's reflection begins to speak. I am what you fear. I am what you regret, and now I am you. The reflection laughs as Ethan's face twists in horror. The lights in the room flicker, and the temperature drops. The whispering grows louder, echoing Ethan's darkest thoughts. Ethan becomes consumed by the mirror. He stops eating, sleeping, and working, spending all his time staring into it. The visions grow more vivid, scenes of his childhood, his father's death, and moments he regrets. The mirror manipulates him, showing alternate realities where he made different choices, taunting him with what could have been. Stop it, just stop. I can't take this anymore. One night, the mirror shows Ethan a vision of his own death. He sees himself lying motionless on the floor, surrounded by shards of the shattered mirror. In a fit of rage, Ethan grabs a hammer and smashes the mirror, but instead of shattering, the mirror cracks just enough to release a dark, shadowy figure. The shadowy entity looms over Ethan, its form constantly shifting, its voice a mix of whispers and screams. You thought breaking me would free you? No, Ethan, you've only let me out. The room goes dark as the entity engulfs Ethan. The camera pans to the cracked mirror, which now shows Ethan trapped inside, banging on the glass, his screams silent. The entity, now in Ethan's form, walks away from the mirror, leaving the room, then reopens on the antique shop a week later. A new customer enters, drawn to the cracked mirror on display. Customer, how much for this one? It's unique. The mirror has found a new owner. But remember, some reflections are better left unseen. Would you dare look into it?